Welcome once again to Book of Dawn, IOTH Academy. I'm Tormented by Gnomes, your game master. Joining me tonight, we have Crowan, Leg Day, and Lemon Kiwi. Crowan, what's new with you?
Been a little busy week prepping for TFT mid-set coming up this weekend, and was helping a friend move, and I'm also gonna be moving soon, so it's been it's been a bit, but yeah, good to be here.
Welcome to hell.
I hate moving. I hate moving so much. It's the worst. So props to you for doing that. Legs, how you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Continuing to tread this mortal coil. Excited for Overwatch to finally come back. I've been waiting to see Iliari happen in some competitive games, and she comes out tomorrow, and the esports starts again on Saturday. So exciting times.
Excellent. I would ask you if you think she's going to be nuts or bust, but we'll save that for your own content.
She's busted nuts.
Gross.
Huh?
Hey, those artists are fast. That's all I'm saying.
And the animators are faster in Overwatch.
My God. Lemon, how's it going? Love the new hair. Big fan.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good. Busy week for me too. I got like Gamers 8 tomorrow and then more shows this weekend, flying to Canada this weekend and coming back in time for D&D, of course. Made sure of that this time.
Priorities.
Yeah. All good.
Fan-friggin-tastic. Well, I'm excited for today's episode because in our last episode, our heroes concluded their mission to Defraxis, the city of lenses, to sabotage an enemy superweapon and turn it against the war machines that were planning to march on their home to keep it safe. A magical disaster left Master Untermauler and several warriors of the Academy stranded in the underworld. But against the odds, our heroes were able to complete their mission and return, exhausted, low on spells, back to their home. When we left off, you had just recently returned to the Academy, along with one Phoenix Knight and Pevom from the city of Brontha, Garnet's betrothed. I don't remember if we gave each of you a chance to head off to your beds and to scatter, or if we just sort of cut it off right there. So I am going to say that it is roughly 10 o'clock at night. The attack began at around 8 o'clock. 2 hours have passed in total just between everything that's happened. Elnao snapped some orders to some of the wardens who were with you, and also commanded Tana Ralnor and some of the other teachers nearby to cast spells directly into the staff of IOTH. She just held it up and absorbed that power from them one after the other. Then she stormed off with a group of wardens at her heels. The rest of them, including Tana Ralnor, Sig, the master of arcane botany, and who else was there? Chadius, one of the head wardens. They were all gathered around, and after taking a look at our three young heroes and the state that they're in, they would encourage you to go rest. You've done an incredible amount today, and there are others. You've done everything you set out to do. The situation is under control. Please go rest for the night, and we can take up these burdens once again in the morning. Garnet, you snapped at Pevom and told him, basically just said, well, I guess you can go ahead and go home. And he bowed and agreed and then kissed your hand when offered, and then had a moment where he realized he was not entirely sure how he was actually going to get home. And so we left him sort of asking these various powerful mages for a ride home. I want to...
You can Uber home now.
Kicked out at 2 a.m. without even money for an Uber in a bad neighborhood. I want to open the floor to each of you, knowing that you've probably expended a lot of your resources, and I'm guessing you're ready to go to sleep, but I don't want to enforce that. So, who has something they want to do first?
I suppose first would be to ask where Master Elnao was going with all those wardens.
Well, let's see. Chadius, who are you asking? Tana Ralnor, Sig Gezik, or Chadius?
Probably Sig, because he was closest in the mission.
Looking after Untermauler and the rest of the strike team that went to Defraxis.
Did they come back another way?
Well, they're not back yet.
So the mission's not done.
The mission's done. We did what we set out to do. We're just finishing extracting everyone else, I guess.
Athalor looks concernedly over at Garnet. And she said that her and Elnao, who I think were in that same strike team, fled from a big sphere.
I guess they're off to the underworld. Are they heading out now?
She didn't really explain herself. Just asked for some more power for the staff and went off with a group of wardens.
Surely she's planning this out, right, everyone?
I think she might have considered the planning having already been done. Now it's more cleanup? Athel looks over to the door where she left. Is it locked? Is it closed?
Nope, it's not closed.
I guess Garnet stops to think about how busy her mind is and worrying about Elnao and everything going on, and kind of just realize or thinks about sort of the kiss that Pavam had on her hand and just how that whole interaction went, and just didn't end the way that she would have wanted. She can't quite figure it out, but something feels different. So she's just gonna walk away from the conversation just in thought and is gonna go after Pavam for a sec. Be right back, one sec.
Okay.
If anybody wants to catch up with Elnao, you will want to leave right now. If you don't leave right now after her, you don't know how far she's going to get. So we know Garnet's going off to speak with Pavam. I want to know what Mantra's doing, and I want to know what Athalor's doing.
Mantra is just kind of standing off to the side in the same room. And to everybody else who's probably not Garnet and Athalor, would just look like Mason's just like playing with water, using shape water. But to them, it would be something that they would know Mantra only does when he's like very intentionally trying to like calm himself and get himself to like a more like meditative kind of like calm down kind of state. He's just like doing that. It's just the same rhythmic motions to shape water around his hands, like turning it over and back over again.
I imagine Garnet doesn't notice because she's distracted, but Athalor, you were saying?
Athalor glances between Mantra and the Elnao door. Okay, you stay there. I won't be more than a couple of minutes. I'm just going to make sure that everything's... And Athalor just goes through the door after Elnao.
Oh, you're muted?
+1 XP. So, Athalor, you head out and you see Elnao moving with a group of 4 wardens on her tail. And as she's walking, she's holding her hand to her head, a gesture you've seen her conduct many times whenever she casts a sending spell.
Athalor kind of just falls in a couple steps back from the wardens.
Mm-hmm. They turn, they notice you quickly. They look at Elnao. A moment later, she finishes casting the spell and she glances over and says, Athalor, you've done enough. I need you to go rest.
All right, I've got a couple more spells for the staff.
Trust me, I have everything that I need. If we loaded it up anymore, it might not survive.
If you don't come back safe, Garnet's going to be really mad at you. And Athalor walks away.
Roll a perception check, please, Athalor.
Oh.
I do have my back turned, so...
Mm-hmm. You hear her muttering something under her breath, but then she just proceeds and heads back out the door.
Don't give a shit.
Garnet, you are able to catch Pavam as he's walking around, again, a little bit confused. Completely new here. First time in the academy is in the freaking Spire in the middle of a full-blown war crisis. Not really wanting to make a fuss because him and the other Phoenix Knight making it back to Brontha immediately is not super important. He doesn't really think they're that high on the priority list right now. So it's pretty easy to catch up with him. He is just off by himself, investigating his sword, checking his armor for dents, that kind of thing.
We'll just be jogging in his direction and was hoping to catch him before he leaves. And Pavam, wait.
He smiles. A little surprised, but it's a bright, authentic smile.
And when she's like closer, I'm sorry I snapped. Just a lot that happened on our side of the city before I arrived.
Are you okay?
She doesn't look visibly okay, but she nods. The whole blood and almost dying part. Yeah, why did you go on this mission?
Did I ever tell you how my parents met?
No.
I don't think I would have. I don't think it would have come up. My family, my ancestors embraced Zalar because the Phoenix Knights came to help us when the Diffraxans were preying on us, dragging us off to the city for their experiments and such. My mother met my father out on the field of battle. And that day, that moment is what brought my tribe, my family, to Zalar and to Brontha and made us who we are today. Fighting against Diffraxis, helping protect IOTH Academy from Diffraxis, it feels right. It's something that I had to do. Roll an insight check. He's holding something back. And a 17. Yeah, he's looking not intentionally, but intently at you and holding something close to his heart that he's not sharing.
And why did you follow after me?
I wanted to make sure that you're safe. Roll a persuasion check, please, Garnet. He is struggling with something. A 13. Are you satisfied with that?
I'll add my debate die.
Okay.
For student-related things. I'm chill.
Okay, a 15.
I don't know shit after today, so...
Fighting against Diffraxis is what brought my mother and father together. I don't know. Going after you felt right.
Is that it? As in, is that all he... No, as in, is there more that he wants to say besides that?
Crit.
Giving our boy an insight check here. A 25. That's good because as a callow youth, he still suffers from the emotional faults or vulnerability trait, rather. I wouldn't want to lose you again.
I'm not trying to charm him. I don't know if this is exhaustion or delusion setting in, but we've both come close enough to death to just not say everything out loud. I really love the life that I had with you. I was happy, and I don't remember what that's like.
I was happy too. But we were children. And there are a lot of things we didn't understand then that we're only starting to understand now.
I know, and I don't think I'll ever be that person you remember. And too much shit has happened, and no matter how much I want to live in that past, I'm just broken.
I like who you've turned out to be. And if you can't remember what it felt like, why don't you come visit me again? We can play Pillars in the Gardens like we used to. It won't be the same, but I think there's some good ways that it'll have changed.
I feel like staying away from me has been what's kept you alive for so long. Not being a part of that caravan, not coming to my side of Diffraxis. Yeah, you almost got yourself killed today, and I don't want to lose anyone else either.
There are things so much worse than death. If I died to keep you safe, I would die with a smile on my face. It's a knight's duty, after all.
A lot of people and beings want me dead, and the further you are from this, the safer it'll be, and I need you alive to take care of my mom.
You know, it's so strange. I just had a really similar conversation with her, but it went the exact other way around. I'm a knight of Brontha, Garnet. I've accepted a life of danger. I've accepted death as a constant companion. And I'm at peace with that. But given a choice between being safe somewhere else and being dangerous with you, I think I prefer to be in danger.
She'll like take his hand and kind of grasp it tightly and say, well, if there's just one oath I want you to keep, it's to protect my mom. Help settle her down, because rampages aren't good for her skin.
He
Get that girl some aloe.
he grins and blushes a bit and bows and says, "A knight always keeps their promises. I swear I'll keep her safe."
Okay. And like lets go of his hand, and if he doesn't say anything else,
holds on for just a moment longer. After your grip has let go, his takes just a second longer to release.
I don't even know if I'm gonna live through the week, let alone what my future looks like. So as you heard earlier, I'm very focused on everything going on here and getting revenge for Brontha. That is the thing that is driving me, that's taking over my mind, and it's just what I need to focus on. So I just wanted to say all that in case we never see each other again.
That thought doesn't sit well with him, the thought of never seeing you again. And it takes him a moment or two to figure out what to say to that. I guess he would respond with, that's what I want too. We're on the same side. You have the same goal. I'm going to fight for that too, okay?
Okay. And she reaches into her bag and pulls out her pillars kit and like sifts through it, pulls out a piece and like hands it to him. And it's the king piece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume like a chessboard, so whatever like king piece there may be. So we do see each other again. You'll give this one back to me.
Or I can give you the queen. Could be a fair trade.
She grins and says, "But what if I want to be king one day?"
I'll settle for the night.
Okay. She giggles and hands him the piece and giggles for a sec, to see if he has anything else to say.
I hope you would too.
Yeah.
This time.
Sorry, what?
This time, he is going to take your hand and go in for the kiss. He doesn't need to be told twice.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Again, he's kissing your hand. He's not going. Yeah. that would be hard aggro right now. I think that would be hard aggro. He's too knightly. Too knightly. No, he goes to kiss your hand like you told him to do last time.
Oh, okay. Okay, you gave me a stroke there for a second.
This isn't Baldur's Gate 3. It takes a little longer than that.
Okay, thank you. And smiles and helps him find how to leave, or to like points him in the direction.
Yeah, they'll get him a scroll of teleportation circle. They'll send him away. You see him sort of looking at you alongside the other knight as he gets shuffled off amongst the wardens to go to one of the conjurers who's going to teleport him away. And barring anything else, exit Pevom, exit stage left.
Yay! And I jog back to the team.
And you would see Mantra there. Just go ahead.
I think while they're having that conversation after Athalor leaves, Mantra would first pull out the sending stone to Sventisco and just say, "Hi, I'm back. Are you around? Is he?"
I'm here. What do you need?
I guess it's only the one time per day, huh?
But is that all you say, or do you say something longer?
No, just that. I guess we both know it's only once per day, so I assume we'd have something like, if that something like that happens, we just have a place we go meet or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably go off to find Sventisco before either Garnet or Athalor come back.
Okay. Then Athalor and Garnet, when you return to the room, Mantra is nowhere to be seen. Elnao has vanished. Sig and Tana are still there. And when Tana sees you walk into the room, she goes, "Oh, you two, you should be off now. You've done magnificent work. Just splendid work. Unbelievable. A good rest is in order. It's well deserved. You need it. Growing minds. Don't want to stifle that."
I take it we can just take a carpet back to Tarsimore?
Of course, of course. Hey, you. Take these two. They've been working hard. Get them back.
Are you done up here, Garnet?
Just kind of looks at Athalor like very concerned and not wanting to go. but it's trying to read your face to see how you're feeling and how you're looking physically, health-wise.
Athalor's looking remarkably good. With apparently 4 health points and some temporary
4 health points?
full.
Oh, full. I was like 4.
No, he's looking pretty good. And unless you wanted to stay, we could, I don't know, pillow fort.
Where's Mason? Was he with you?
No, he was in here doing his water thing. Master Brownell, did you see Mason go?
What? Mason? No, I didn't see him go at all.
Did he go to bed already without saying goodnight?
No, I hope so. He ought to be. Again, fantastic work. Some of the best minds of this generation, to be sure.
Thanks. Do you mind if some of the best minds of this generation stick around for a little bit?
Well, now, why? Do you know how many competent wizards and mages and wardens we have here? The trials that we've just endured would push anybody to their limit, and now there's other people who can take over for us. Folks who are fresh, folks who are full of vim and vigor and arcane power and ready to go.
How many sending spells do I have from that one demand I had for talking to Inaros, and I only needed like 1 scroll, but I got a bunch.
I think they gave you 5.
Okay.
I'm going to have you write that down so I don't have to keep track of it. You now have 4 sending scrolls remaining.
Well, I need to go find Mason. We should talk about everything.
I think so, yeah. I guess Tarson was the best place to start for that. He might have just gone back to his room.
Is Elnao just getting ready, or?
She was moving real quick with a bunch of wardens. The staff's fully powered up. I assume she's working.
Like going now?
I think so. She had that look of a woman on a mission, not someone who was gonna delay at all.
I'll broadcast like a message within 100 feet looking for Mason, see if he's nearby.
Mason, I think, has moved out of 100 feet, unless you don't want to have. It's your call, Crowan.
Oh, probably would have by then. 100 feet, yeah. Just would have went straight towards Sven's room or whatever they meet.
Oh, I can't find him.
Probably Tarson more then?
Okay, let's go.
No complaints from me.
Okay. The 2 of you, barring anything else, are heading back to Tarsalmore on a flying carpet. Mantra, you've reunited with Sven. She has, let's say you met at your meeting place and then she just went ahead and took you back to her room. She can tell you're upset. She pays attention to these things. It's one of the reasons the 2 of you are connected the way you are. So she wants to know what happened.
I'll just try to collect themselves. Deep sigh. A couple of deep sighs. And then turns to Sven and says, It's been a long day. Yeah, sorry, I found myself kind of thinking too fast, and I just mostly wanted a bit of a just you help calm me down sometimes if it's ever like that. So
She'll take your hand, or depending on what she sees, pull you in for a hug, and doesn't need more of an explanation than that at the moment, even though you can tell she's just like to find out more, but she's biting her tongue.
Yeah, I'll hold on to the hug for a while. Several long moments, and then pull free, and say, I just kind of like summarize the whole like
Mhm.
everything that transpired at Dyspraxis. No like real detail that it needs to like expound upon until the end when and at the end it was when we got back I started trying everything to see how it went, and I mean the tower was all destroyed like expected, but seeing the city, whole chunk of it just gone, just it's a lot. I don't, yeah, just a lot.
She nods and holds you and holds that space for you and doesn't say anything right away, just letting you continue to talk, if you will.
I imagine it's the sort of thing. I mean, I didn't really know what I was getting into with all of this, but I didn't feel like I had to know. I thought it would just be okay. I would go along with things like usual, and here I am now. It will be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. Everything will be. It's just the others. It seems like, well, I guess they have been at this a bit longer. Part of me just, I don't know, wishes I could keep up with them.
I keep up with them, and you mean not see war as terrible and not feel it the way you do?
I don't know, not even just that, just everything. I've done so much, it kind of always, well, not always, but starting to feel like I'm, I don't know, just trying to keep up.
Okay, first off, none of that. You told me what you did with the magic from that wellspring and that entire nexus of circles. All of that would not have been possible without you. And that was some extremely complicated magic. So, none of that.
All right. I mean, yes, I did the circles and activated a lot of them. I don't
And
know.
you were key in part of the ritual in the Battle of Onderud that you told me about, which is why we don't have people erasing students from history anymore. That was incredibly complex magic. You have an amazing brain for this and a deep, deep soul. And that's something, I've known them for a long time, and that is something that they very, very badly need. And the work that you do in that is just as important as destroying cities and claiming lives. And I think you've only just started.
Yeah. You're right. I know you're right. I just, it's one of those things where I know you're right, but part of me still wants to disagree, but I know I shouldn't. It's not, my worries isn't what it's really about.
What is it about?
I think kind of like you've already said, it's not my role to do everything that they do and try to keep up in that regard. That's the point of people being a team. They have different things that they bring to the table.
And besides, is that going to be your path forever? You and I have so much life ahead of us. And we have a lot of changes that we're going to make on the world, a lot of things that we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you for that. And it's going to be just as important.
Yeah. It will be. So many things ahead of us. Thank you.
Give me an insight check, please.
Sure.
21. Okay. She's holding some stuff back, but it's not like she's keeping secrets from you. It's more like now is not the time. It's that thing where you have something you really, really want to tell somebody, like then you actually see them and they're in the middle of a crisis that you just learned about, and you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't tell them about my brilliant idea right now. That's the vibe. She's focusing on being present to you, but clearly not only did she have something she wanted to talk about before, but after listening to you, she wants to talk about it even more.
Yeah,
I think she's keeping herself restrained. It's almost that like first year Sventisca where she just wouldn't shut up. You still know that part of her, but she's just gotten a lot better at like controlling it.
Mm-hmm. I'll try to take a couple moments to just say thank you. Take a couple deep breaths and kind of, I think at this point knows, and that's like up and just does a little like inquisitive head tilt to kind of like signal like, yeah, what's up?
Nine on insight. She punts, does not speak her mind, and instead decides to distract you by making out.
Bait.
I catch her completely off guard, but not in the bad way, and quickly will reciprocate.
All right, crisis averted for the time being. Let's check in on Garnet and Athalor. You have narrative control of the scene, including how long it takes you to get there, anything that happens along the way. I will update and interject if external events intervene. So please keep me posted between when you're not talking to each other. Let me know where you want to be and how far along you want to be.
I suppose on the way over, Athel would probably have guessed that she'd gone after Pebble as like he walked and then she was like, oh shit, and walked out.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Did you go to talk to Pebble?
Yeah, I just like I snapped and was all riled up over finding out that they still had war machines, and that I feel like we all failed or didn't really finish the mission, and now there's more mission, and I feel like I got really close to dying today. And it made me realize that I just don't want to hide how I feel or think about people, and no matter what they will say back. So I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out there.
Athalor reaches out and kind of like squeezes her arm like, I don't think you're a ghost. Can you feel me?
Shoves him. Not a ghost yet. If I would haunt you first.
What an honor. Think of all of the mortal enemies who would expect to be haunted, and then they've got to wait their turn.
Well, you've annoyed me most of my life, so I have to return the favor.
Admittedly, I've had a lot of time.
But just squeezes once after she shoves him, just like squeezes his arm back like in the same way he did it, as like, is this how we
confirm we are alive?
She's like, I'm glad we're friends. As much as I say you annoy me, I hope you do know how much you mean to me as well.
Feels like we're kind of the some of the only ones left from the first year. Obviously, like Cryos is still around, but my people are makers of things, and it does feel like those strongest metals forged in heat and fire are kind of like what we are. We've been pushed closer and closer together through things that perhaps some people might never see in their lives, and hopefully we still have a lot of life to see afterwards. I do think you're wrong about the mission, though. I think that we've done enough. I know you won't settle until all of him and his shadow is destroyed, but think of the mission as not destroying that, but saving all of them. And Athalor gestures out to the various houses of the circle below, and the grove and the grotto floating around them on the carpet. Maybe adjust the mission parameters a little bit. Besides, like I said, we've got plenty of life to live, and that's a lot of time to kill a lot of people.
Haha. Well, everyone below us won't be safe until the Fraxis is completely gone, and whatever other enemy stands in our way. And speaking of mission, she's like, kind of flips through the book as it glows. I will be following Elnao to the underworld, and I understand if you don't want to come, but I'll be going.
Am I driving the flying carpet?
Sure.
We're gonna go see Mason
Huh?
and ask if he wants to come.
Oh,
Maybe you get outvoted. Maybe you're left behind. Maybe you can come.
I was going to ask Elnao to go anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. You better, because you look in better shape than I do right now, and I'm going.
Do you not have a stash of healing potions stacks in your room to... I know that bacon doesn't solve disintegrating, but might help.
Oh yeah, I've chugged like a whole bunch of those. To the point my stomach hurts and I'm being driven by... I'm only standing right now because of caffeine and whatever's in those potions. But I won't be sleeping anyway, knowing she's there, and I don't know the result of sending, our war mage to the underworld and not knowing if he and the rest are alive. So
Wait,
I should go.
did you say you sent them to the underworld?
I thought on purpose. The two spheres combining, big boom, underworld accident-ish.
How did you know they went to the underworld? Did you...
She
Actually,
told me.
otherwise, how are we going to the underworld? There better not be another two spheres.
No, just a creepy door.
Creepy door! Oh, thank the heavens!
Well, it'll be fine. That's why I'm giving you the choice instead of peer pressuring you into this like I kind of made you when we drugged Elnao. You have the choice this time.
Okay, yeah. As long as we get there and don't drag Elnao, I'm in.
Okay, let's see if Mason will come, and we'll definitely not peer pressure him. Don't say that you're going. We'll just ask if he's down.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go over great. And they continue to Mason's room. I don't know if he's in there. Might
Not
just be
there.
Mason
might
is
be-
not home.
What's his name? Boulderax or whatever.
Balvarax, Balvi.
Out. Oh, too much Baldur's Gate. Has Mason been home?
I haven't seen him yet. Is he okay?
Oh yeah, Mason's great. Athalor toys with the idea of saying definitely not dead, but decides against it.
Good call.
Is it safe to say that based on him not being in this room without metagaming, that most likely he'd be with Sven? Or does he have
Balvarax is
other
actually
spots?
going to suggest that you check Sventisco.
Oh.
You go find Sventisco because she'll probably know. So he'll incept that thought into your head. Garnet, if you want to stop by your room long enough to pick up some of Ariana's snacks, chat has played a card to that effect, so you can heal for 2d4 plus 2.
Can I stash them? Because I'm full health.
You can stash the snacks. They're also worth a plus 1d4 on a skill check.
Let's go.
Oh.
I
You
also
can do
need
either.
To, I also need to go via the room and dump about 3,000 gold pieces from my bag.
You're just like dumping all this shit. I'm like, are you serious? Where did you get all that? How do you have time to loot during all of this?
I was looking around.
Are you serious?
A
I almost died and you got 3,000 gold Richard?
minute turns to 100, a minute's 150 platinum pieces.
Hey,
Do I get a cut of this? Is this the team's loot?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hey,
I also
Athalor.
Actually,
Athalor, I'm going to need you to roll 1d100.
I actually got something especially for you.
And roll 4d6 times 100, please.
I felt like an old man when I'm doing maths.
It happens.
Ooh. Oh,
All
wait,
right.
that's not actually that high. It's just
It's
a
like
big
a-
number.
There was an additional 1,400 copper, and Garnet, roll 1d6 times 10.
Poggers.
Very
Cool.
nice.
And 10 electrum pieces, the most cursed of currencies.
Oh, cool.
So that's like,
Fuck Electrum.
that's the last bit, like when you thought everything had poured out, and there's just clank.
Something special for you because of your mighty arcane prowess and puny physical stature.
Thanks.
Athalor presents you with a potion of frost giant strength.
What does that? What? Well, without saying that out loud, what is that?
I
It
believe
makes
it
you
gives you a strength
temporarily
score of
jacked.
23.
A strength of 23?
Temporarily, yes.
Because Mason and I both have positive modifiers. You do not.
For 1
Frost
hour,
giant.
your strength becomes 23.
Thanks.
I wouldn't drink it now, but hey, it's always a good backup option if you need to punch someone to death.
Okay. Anyway, where's Mason? He just starts walking down the hall, looking at all
I
the
just
gold.
didn't want to carry that anymore. Gold's really heavy. Well, you know, you're like a princess.
I don't carry it on me. Come on.
Oh, yeah,
We have
you're a
people for that.
princess.
We have people for that. Yeah.
You've been supplied with the cure for noodle arms. Oh, and also 6 platinum gears, which are apparently in there.
Hey, sometimes clockwork requires platinum gear. All right, so you arrive at Sventisco's room. The door is closed.
Kicks the door. Not to like, okay.
Fuck, open up the door, it's real.
Kicks, like, just kind of looks like she accidentally kicks the bottom of the door with like her heel so that if they're getting funny, that they have time to get unfunny, and just is now talking to Athalor very loudly outside the door just to like buy a minute.
I too enjoy interactions.
I interact with you back outside of this door that I will open.
This is a satisfactory interaction.
Mason,
I
what's your
wonder-
passive perception?
Passive, let's see. 12.
12? Okay. You are aware of this before
Okay.
Santisco, who is distracted.
We're still making out, being funny. Mason pulls apart and looks towards the door. Looks back to Sventisco. Gives her another little kiss, but says, I think I hear Athalor, Garnet.
I cast cock block at 4th level.
I really want to open this door. I hope there's people inside.
Wow, guys, you're so adept at opening doors.
She swears, as only a person descended from a dragon that literally breathes acid can swear. In Draconic. And then says, and her voice carries incredibly well. Just like this, suddenly you hear her voice, and it's not booming and deep, but it just carries right through the doorway, as if she was in a theater using her theater voice. It's locked. One moment, please.
Okay.
Mason starts blushing.
Okay. She gets up. Does she have prestidigitation? Yeah, she prestidigitations you to unmus you. Does the same for herself.
Smile.
And then we'll go to the door. Hi, Garnet.
Hi.
Hi, Sventisco. I'm here too.
Hi, Athalor.
What you guys doing?
I'm guessing this is pretty important, huh?
Looks at Athalor.
Yeah.
Look, Mason and I we've been talking, so I know there's a lot going on, so go ahead. And she'll get out of the way, but not like move all the way out of the way where she's not hearing. She's still part of this conversation, but she's going to like make room for Mason to go forward.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk forward and say, oh, sorry, I kind of left without saying anything. I'm good though. Are you guys okay?
You going to bed? You here?
I mean, maybe it's kind of late.
Like right now?
Do we need?
Would you describe your interactions as energetic?
Stop, Mel elbows.
I mean, it depends. What's going on?
It's okay if you start out slow. I think you have to like build up.
Right, because you'd know.
I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
No, that's Santisco.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Is that what you went to go and do with Pavone?
What? No.
Oh, you did what with Pavone?
No. This just kills over. So are you going to bed or we Codex meeting? Just live, completely live.
Even Athalor's just like,
just
I'm
looks
not,
at him
I'm not even in the
in the
codex.
codex, but is this one of those Codex Plus
Do you want to go
meetings?
to the underworld?
Oh, slaps that.
He's not even in the codex.
Oh my god, we have the field trip coming up, and we were just wondering if you were going to sign up for that. Are you in that class?
I don't know. We don't have classes anymore.
Garnet, it's fine. Whatever it is. Mason and Mantra and I trust each other. We talk about things. You don't need to hide whatever this is. Just take care of it.
Yeah, are you hiding it for me or for her or for both of us? Or I'm confused. What's going? Can we just get on the same page here?
Can we leave? Because, like, talking about war stuff in the hallway.
I mean, you can. Looks to Sventisco. Can they come in for?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Come in for a minute or longer. I don't know.
Like, we gotta go like now.
Oh, okay.
You can bring her if you want.
Where's this weird door?
Underworld. Do you want to go? Until it turns to Sventisco.
No, but I'm absolutely going to.
Well, you might die. Is that help this decision?
I feel like that's kind of just a given these days.
He's right.
Yeah. Nothing new. What's going on?
Athalor, where did you see Master Elnao last?
I recount the position as I do not know the
Inside
controls of
the
spire.
inside the spire, just outside the war room, moving with purpose towards her office.
We should go see if she left.
If she already left, are we not going or still going?
Oh, we're going.
Oh,
Just be a bit more annoying.
Mm.
I'll be driving the teleportation, and she can't do it consistently. But I will inspire confidence in this
Oh.
plan. I've done it once.
So the death could happen
With
before
help.
we even get there.
Well, that'd be a new flavor of peril. Actually, no, it wouldn't be a
No.
new flavor of peril. Elnao fucks it up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just starts walking that direction. I just would like to say we could get lost, not die. I think that's the only side effect.
If you say Garnet starts walking?
Yeah, like goes the direction. that
As
Athalor wants.
as Garnet starts walking, I guess nice and turned at Sventisco and kind of lowers his voice a little bit so that the other two can hear, and says, "I mean, we don't have to go. I can say no too if you'd rather not. I just
She's, as you're saying this, she's like putting on her boots.
Putting a knife in there.
Yeah.
Her hair
Just-
up, like where are we going?
Literally.
Takes the earrings out.
Exactly. Just doing the whole thing, the entire works, getting
Okay.
her sneaking around outfit
Yeah.
on, getting rid of her robes, full ninja mode.
It's like turning around like mid saying this, but seeing her, it's like she's in that mode. Nope, we're doing it. All right. Yep. Waits by the door for her to get ready.
Yeah,
I'm sure it only takes a couple moments.
yeah, she's used to this.
Mhm.
She has like a bug out kit set up next to the door
It's
in
not like
case.
a go bag.
Yeah, she already was on the lam from the wardens once before, so she follows. Sventisco and Mantra then would follow not long after you start walking down the corridor. I presume to go up to the platform to take a flying carpet back up to the freaking spire, unless you had something else in mind.
I don't know where this funky door is.
Cat.
I will say, as you're exiting, Mason, roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
Dodge the kiss challenge.
Dodge the kiss. You do not dodge the kiss.
Eight?
No, you
Get
don't.
maked out on.
You trip and fall just as she's looking at you, and like she turns to go. You trip and fall, and you look down and you see Untermauler staring up directly at you,
Aw.
Where did I didn't
And
even see them?
almost like in your head. You just see the eyes of judgment.
What? What? I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Tries to give him 2 mailer pets.
Disdainfully accepts and then moves on.
All right.
Okay, so where are we headed? Are we going to catch a flying carpet? What is the plan?
I guess we like flying carpet to the spire closest we can to a war room.
Okay.
Last known location.
Yeah, that.
The- Okay, as you go, the hallways are almost entirely clear, and you see a warden running through the hall with a push trolley full of healing potions. And there's a flurry of activity centered on the barracks, the warden barracks.
Did you lose many in your strike, Garnet?
Many people or potions?
People who would need potions.
I didn't count and just starts jogging after the trolley.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Following them into the barracks, which is where one of the secret passages that leads down into the deep vaults actually is. So you've been here before. You see the barracks bunks have been set out for medical treatment. There are battle mages and wardens with their armor like being removed. I'd say there's a total of 8. 3 wardens and 5 battle mages who are receiving medical treatment. Most of them are horribly burned. Some of them have lost limbs.
I don't know if there are any clerics here. Would there be anyone who would be useful to cast Spare the Dying on?
After doing a quick analysis, roll a medicine check for me, Athalor.
All right, I believe this with disadvantage. 2. They appear to be fine. What is all this red water falling out of them?
IOTH Academy usually relies on bards, artificers, and alchemists for their healing needs rather than clerics. And you can already see like there's tons of medical supplies for mundane healing. Health potions are available. And they're in pain and they're grimacing from it, but they're already receiving pain-killing potions and the like. None of them seem to be, they all seem to be alive, as far as you can tell, Athalor.
Hooray!
Sventisco looks around kind of uncertainly.
Excuse me, nurse. How long has this warden been here?
Just arrived.
Athel looks over to Garnet, Mason, and Sventy. Go and come back already? Do they look? You said they look burned.
Mm-hmm.
Were there flame-throwing things on your side of the city?
There might have been a fireball or 2.
These seem like wounds that would be consistent with an underworld visit.
Or
Let
a
me know if that's
fireball.
silly. Or a fireball. Is that like a...
Do I recognize the wardens from my trip?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Oh,
muted.
muted.
Yeah.
+1 XP. Yes. These are wardens and war mages who were part of your strike team.
Oh, yeah. They were with us.
I'm glad that you're not laid up here too.
Close.
We should continue to the war room and see if they've already left.
And just keeps doing a light jog. Kind of only slowed down as Athalor just like jogging in motion and then keeps jogging.
All right. You make your way back to the war room. And I wonder if we can do the map here for this, because the people involved have changed. Sig is still there. Tana Ralnor has departed. But Master Miahethil Na Underwood is there right now, basically taking his shift. Let me adjust the scene accordingly, and then we'll just go ahead and show that up on screen for posterity's sake. You're not here. You're not here. Sphere of Annihilation is not here. You're not here.
Thank you.
Yep. Tana Ralnor isn't here. And yeah, so Chad is here, clearly serving as Warden Command. And Master of Abjuration Miahethil is here. You do not see Untermauler or Elnao. And none of these Phoenix Knights are here. What do you do?
Master Naandra, do you know where Master Elnao is?
She just departed. Again.
Looks to Garnet. It's weird door time.
Yeah. Are you guys sending out a second fleet of people, or are you guys just hanging out?
Oh, no. We're under orders. Holding the line, performing triage. I think they already evacuated the worst of them. So, depending on how far the plane shift went, we should hear back pretty soon with the next group.
Soon?
Well, you know how interplanar travel is. It's not like they're sitting on a rune circle or anything.
Right.
Garnet's looking very stressed, trying to figure out if they should go.
Young Anandarud,
Yes, Master.
you're upset.
It's unlike us to not be in the thick of things.
Hmm.
And I'm sure that you felt many times that agency can be hard to come by.
A key of leadership is understanding the talents and capabilities of those who serve you and employing them in the wisest ways possible. I will explain. The power to step between worlds is taxing, as you might understand. And already the Academy has burned through most of our scrolls of gate. But the staff of IOTH has the power to shift between the four kingdoms. In each casting, the wielder can only bring 8 others with them. The arrival point is similarly unknown. Untermauler and those who remain behind are waiting for Elnao to reach them so she can bring in the next set. The journey is not without peril, but I assure you that the powers of that place favor us more than the enemy.
Did she say how long she'd be gone for?
She cannot know. Again, the arrival point each time is variable. Already she's returned with the most grievously injured.
She's come back already?
Yes, once.
Is Master Untermauler safe? Yeah?
He lives. At his insistence, he will be the last to return.
Heroes are really tiresome in these missions.
It's simply his task, young Anandarud. He's fulfilling his directives and objectives.
It's still overly dangerous.
Quite.
Perhaps we should wait here until Master Elnao returns with Master Untermauler.
No, I want to go now.
So Master
Perhaps
Untermauler
she'll-
can tell us to not?
Perhaps she'll go and come back, or come back and then go again, and you can
Or she may not come back
tag
at all.
along.
How are we planning on leaving the underworld once we get there?
Question, team. Is this conversation out loud or in messages? Because you're still standing directly next to these other people.
Athalor could have freely used telepathy on everyone.
Okay,
so-
I figured
Okay.
it's not a gotcha. Go ahead.
I think
Well-
Garnet would have said stressed out loud, like, I want to go, and then Athalor would have continued
Mm-hmm.
telepathically. Kind of like blurted it out.
You heard what Naandarid said. If we go and we don't have a clear way back, we might be putting lives at risk who need those spots in a plane shift. There are 4 of us. That's half of the potential crew that Elnao could bring back.
Oh, Gnomes, is my Shadow Walk spell, is that a spell slot or is that just book power? I
That
forgot. I
is
thought it-
a spell. So you would be casting the spell from the book.
Okay.
I don't think you're high enough level to even have those spell slots yet. So you would be calling upon the book's abilities.
Okay. I think I can get us back. But I understand if you don't want to go with me. I can't really stay here. But I have sending scrolls that I was planning on using. But I can't just sit here.
Perhaps use one to see if Master Elnao needs help. If he does, I'll come with you.
She's not gonna want to. She won't want us to come. She left without us for a reason.
But she seems to be doing fine. You saw the medical bay. She's already returned with people. Seems, to say the word, routine.
I made this mess and I want to fix it. So you can choose to stay, but I'm going.
I support your decision, but I won't take a place in that plane shift.
And looks at Mason to see what his vote is.
I think the same. If you need to go to help or clear your conscience or whatnot, I support you. That's important, but until I hear that they do need help, I won't want to take a spot away from someone who could be saved either.
I can bring us back, but I understand, and I'll at least
Are
check
you
on her.
sure you can bring us back?
You can bring us back. When you go, you can help Elnao bring them back. They're in danger.
Sure.
We'll explain as much as she can about the spell, as much as she knows, but it's essentially a shadow door that can go to different planes. And she was planning on trying to connect to Elnao, and this is a if you'll allow it moment, but like that was gonna do it then, but was gonna use sending scrolls to kind of use that as like a GPS of that connection she's creating with Elnao and like kind of directing the path towards that slash winging
Okay.
it. Like, yeah.
I was going to say, mechanically speaking, you have no idea whether or not this will work.
Yeah. She knows that.
Yeah, cool. I figured.
But once explaining to the party, she'll maybe send a sending message to Master Elnao
Mhm.
saying, like, where are you? When are you coming back? If I don't get an answer, I'm on my way.
Near the well springs of fire, in the underworld, Untermauler is alive. 3 more trips. You've done enough. Please stay.
Please. Oh no.
What did
We'll
she
just
say?
tell the party what the sending message was.
And for your way to get us back, would you be able to bring others back with it, or like the people hurt?
Well, portal's open for 1 minute, so
Did you share with us that it takes 10 minutes to generate the portal each time?
it didn't take that long last time we did it.
Under normal
Oh.
circumstances, the spell can only be cast as a ritual.
Oh,
I'm just reading the copy. Is all.
that's true. Didn't do all that
Last time you and Elnao cooperated on it,
That's true.
and you're the only shadow mage here.
Well, yeah, it'll take me a minute, so you better hurry back before I'm done. She's not back in 10 minutes, then can we go?
Mantra would ask out loud, Master Non-Underwood, how long was it the first time when Elnao left and then came back? What was the time gap there?
12 minutes, I believe.
And how long has she been gone again? So far?
7. But each time the plane shift occurs, it could take her somewhere else in the vicinity.
Mhm.
The magic is uncertain.
Noted. Thank you. Just kind of leaves that information in the air.
Okay, so, your door portal, shadow, oh, Garnet. That's a bad word. It's invisible from the other side.
Is it, Mr. DM?
Let's see.
Just chalk the circle in both directions?
So you create a portal in one place, and then you travel through the plane of shadow, and then you create a portal in another. You have to basically use this on the other side to leave as well. So this is two-way travel, but only one doorway. And it is visible as a pool of inky blackness from both sides. So if you open the portal here, you can concentrate on it for up to a minute, then stop concentrating and it closes. Then you move through the realm of shadow, and when you get to where you want to be, you open the gate again.
So you couldn't conceivably open it, go through it, and then go back through it again.
Mm-hmm. And it's a ritual, so, knock yourself out.
I don't know how you guys expect me to stay here when I'm the one who caused all of this, and I would just stand here and wait for the casualties to roll in, to not contribute, to not do anything?
I think we both said we don't. We understand that you want to go. Not trying to stop you.
And you guys will just stay here then?
If you can use your thing to save other people, I don't. Just kind of looks at Athalor like, help.
Sventisco speaks up. I'll go with you, Garnet.
Really?
Yes.
Even if he's not going?
Yes.
Is there high five? Go feel better.
I like you better with him. If you break up, I'm taking your side.
Looks at Athalor. You going or staying?
Your responsibility for these people weighs heavily on you, but it goes beyond saving them through action. You have immense power, and there are wounded people here who need help. Myself and Mantra would be better used here. Maybe you would as well.
I already used my healing on Elnao, and she's not here. And I can't contribute to this. You seem to have the goal to buy all the potions, though, and distribute them. Do you want this flask back, since you'll need to carry so many of these?
It's not a bad idea, but no.
Gestures the flask towards you. Are you sure?
No, I'm just thinking.
Pockets it. Well, I'll probably need to carry the wounded back, since we will be doing this.
Yes,
But get some sendings and we'll keep in touch.
yes. Are you just going to draw the portal on the wall over there?
No, I'm gonna go somewhere else. The hallway.
I would
Okay.
recommend that you portal back into the medical area.
Okay. Like, that won't alarm them, but it's probably
Okay,
seen worse.
I can tell them you're coming. You've got sending spells.
Yeah. Just gives a wave and heads to the medical area then.
Okay. Sventisco goes with you. Athalor and Mantra, what will you be doing?
I could have sworn not 30 hours ago she felt really guilty for disobeying Elnao.
Circumstances change, I suppose.
You got any of those rejuvenation circles left?
One more. exactly what I'm gonna be doing. Try to get to the highest density of like injured people, and like it's like, oh, can you
Mhm.
carry them over? I have a healing circle, and yeah, get that underway.
Okay.
Circle of
Could I use my dearth of spell slots I have left to have Mantra teach me how to make these like copies? So I've got a bunch of spell slots left.
For the time, I think yes, you can contribute your spell slots to this endeavor.
just
It's
let
not something you'll
Mantra
be able to
make
do on your own, but it's something that you can do right now
Oh, nice.
effectively.
Cool. I've got a third level spell slot that Mantra can use to power another one.
Nice. I guess I can place multiple because they're not concentration or anything,
Yeah.
so I can just.
How many third level spell slots do you have?
I have one, and then that's where you had one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 2 circles. They're 10-foot radius, so how many people can jam in there? How many people are there that are like injured around?
8.
Oh,
10
okay.
for radius ain't bad.
Yeah, we can just do 1 then for now, and then I guess
Yeah.
when other people come through,
Extremely
pick
doable.
another or direct them into that. Yeah.
Okay. Garnet, while they're casting those spells, you're taking out chalk and this book that nobody else can see and just like invoking this shadow magic from beyond. Sventisco is standing with you, rocking back and forth, kind of up on her feet, but well, no, I'm just going to tell you that she's doing that and trying not to distract you. She will throw some glances over at Mantra and look confident and give him a smile, like a everything's going to be fine smile.
After the first circle is down, kind of go over and say, "Good luck. I know you're gonna do great."
I'll be back
Give her a
soon. Mm-hmm.
little kiss, and then go back over.
Kisses back. Just kidding. Yeah, we'll take 10 minutes to do this, at which point she'll just think to herself, like, man, I hope Elnao gets back before this is done.
She does not.
Concerning, perhaps.
Big concern. And then the last minute, like, as she's looking around, seeing if there's any commotion or motion in the other room, sees that there's nothing, will just like bite her thumb, take a piece of blood or like some blood out, since it takes HP to kind of cast the spell, and we'll just like mark the final rune in the center and evoke the portal.
It's like somebody poured ink into a pool that is horizontal before you. The room itself grows noticeably colder, and nobody was really paying attention to what you were doing a moment ago, but all of the wardens who are available and like up on their feet clutch their flails and look over concernedly. Sventisco looks at everyone and says, "It's fine, we'll be right back." And she steps through.
After Sventisco steps through, Athalor quickly jogs up to Garnet, rubs a piece of leather between his thumb and forefinger, said, "I trust you, don't die." And I cast Mage Armor on Garnet.
Nice. For 8 hours, you have 13 plus Dexterity armor class.
I think seeing Athalor do that makes me like, oh, and run over.
It's muffin time.
Here you go. As well, puts a hand on his shoulder. Is your restoration ward?
All right, so she takes damage literally when she walks into the portal.
Yeah, if
It'll be covered.
then it'll be covered.
Let's go to.
I'll last for that long, but yeah. Good luck.
Thanks. We'll just give one last glance and then step through.
Okay. You walk through this. It's like stepping through an ice cold waterfall into shadow and into darkness and into our intermission. Book of Dawn IOTH Academy will be back shortly.